Afternoon, everybody. Today I'm gonna do a tips video on how on sniping in Call of Duty Mobile about either quick scoping or just general tips. So my first tip is to regulate your sensitivity so that you can basically do a 180-degree turn by just swiping once on the screen. I usually recommend using the high preset of sensitivity in the settings tab. So the next tip which I use for all my snipers is using stock, which improves your movement speed while you're scoped in, FMJ and fast reload or extended mag based on your playstyle. So if you like to play really aggressive, you can use fast reload as you can spend less time reloading. But if you're a bit of a camper or someone who plays really passive, then you can use extended mag. As I'm aggressive, I'll use fast reload. So the next tip is to use three perks in general: agile or lightweight. If your movements agile for the snipers which take a long time to scope in, like the DLQ, or lightweight if the movement speed is not so great for the locus. So then the next one is vulture because it the snipers have a really less magazine size, so you need to replenish ammo. The last and final one is dead silence so that nobody can see you while nobody can hear you while you're moving around the map. So the next thing is to use score streaks which are easily obtainable and really help you. For me, I use the UAV, the Shock RC, and the Predator missile. At the time I'm recording this, the Shock RC and the Locust are available in the credit store. So, then, the next thing you should do is change your secondary weapon to either the J358, MW11, or the SMRS rocket launcher. So, when you're using the SMRS, you can use it long range, but there's a downside where you can have only one bullet. But using the J358 or the MW11, you can shoot many bullets and use them long range. For the J358, like when you're reloading, you don't have to spend too much time reloading when there are two enemies right in front of you. So the next for the next few tips, I need to go into a private match with my second account. So this is my second account. I'm starting a private match in standoff, a team deathmatch high rise. So one my first tip is the next tip is to always keep your crosshair on a level where there could be an immediate threat. Like I'm keeping it on near the middle of the screen where the enemy's head is present or the body. So when you're climbing upstairs like this, I'm keeping my crosshair so that I can immediately scope in and shoot. So here you should always, before you're scoping in, before you're about to shoot your enemy, you should always keep your crosshair as close to the enemy as possible or on the enemy so you can quickly scoping and shoot. So you and by the way, you can use any scope, not just the original sniper, and or you can even use the tactical scope. But um, with using the original scope, you can scope in way further, and it the scoping animation is really smooth. So the next tip, which I'll be telling you, is to be really agile while killing, while moving around. Like for example, there you find an enemy right in front of you, and then you just scope in and shoot them, but you have to find an escape route as soon as possible and slide out of there because there could be many other enemies like I'm doing over here. I shot him and I slid out as soon as possible. So you always remember to be can and not stay in the same place. If it's not possible and there are many people, just switch to your secondary weapon and start shooting them with either hipfire or ADS. So my next tip I want to share with you is knowing how the spawns work. So if in the map high rise, you can see my general location, so my enemy is right in front of me. If I shoot him and kill him, and my team is on this side of the map, the enemies will start spawning on the other side. So, but if our team is in, take the map Hyras for example, if our team is all around the map, then the enemies will be spawning in the area which is underground. So, that was the thing about map awareness. Now, let's talk about pre aiming with your sniper rifle. So, the general idea of pre aiming is when you're moving around the corner over here, you should always keep your scope ready. You should always keep your hand near the fire button, and if it's possible, scope go and be ready to where the enemies may be available. So if I move my second account over here, and then I pre-aimed over here so that I have predicted where my enemies are gonna be. So if I had moved like this, then the enemy would have seen me, and then he would have started shooting me. So take this for example, I'm moving like this, the enemy can't shoot me. So you should always aim before moving like this so that you can quickly scope in and shoot like that. So this was the tips video which I wanted to share, and I couldn't edit it because I don't have a proper editing software. So please subscribe and click the link down below if you want to check Call of Duty Mobile out. Please leave a like on this video and comment down your favorite sniper rifle.